Did Adam Pearce attack Braun Breaker?
Let's get into it. All right, everybody, welcome back to Post-Match Panic. We are talking the Royal Rumble that happened January 31st, 2026. We're in Saudi Arabia. We got a new stadium. We got a lot of lights that make the stadium empty. I don't know if the stadium was empty, but those lights in the back seats definitely made it look that way. So I know the stadium filled up as the show went on, but I mean, and we had the Women's Royal Rumble be the opening match, so I get why it looked empty at the beginning, but I mean, come on. That's something that
it was poor choices by whoever the production designer was to be like, let's put these giant white LED lights on every seat. And so that's all you see.
Yeah.
And I think the interesting part, too, about that was it wasn't even like a good LED show from those lights.
No, we saw just like
it
a little bit.
It wasn't like special, you know?
Yeah, they rarely used them. And when they did, it was just kind of, okay, cool. There's little lights here and there. I feel like if you're going to put that much money into it and that much thought into LED lights behind all your seats or to the sides or whatever, like lean into it. I mean, you leaned into a bunch of other stuff. Those LED walls were great. I think that's the best part of the new stadium. But aside from that, I mean, the whole thing just felt rushed. I know they built the stadium in a month, but I mean, even the production side, those graphics were busted all night.
All night, bro.
All night. I mean, showing wrong times, showing wrong entrance numbers. Like, come on, guys. Like, if you're going to, I mean, if this is what's going to happen when we're in Saudi every time, let's stay out of it. I know it's not, I'm not the one getting paid to have things there, but come on, like, figure it out. You guys are better than that.
Yeah, they are better than that, and I'm sure there's some heads rolling this week at the headquarters about what that was all about.
Yeah, let's see that Unreal episode about that.
Unreal, man. Let's go.
So, so Royal Rumble, overall, I mean, Royal Rumble's always an exciting show. A lot of lead up going into it. It didn't seem like there was a lot of lead up going into this one, but until the last couple weeks. But we did get to see some good things. I had a couple friends over that were brand new to WWE, haven't really watched anything. So it was really fun to kind of see it through their eyes, and that made it a lot more exciting. Got to explain, storylines here and there. What about you? What'd you do over your place?
Yeah, I had some friends come over, and kind of in two different sets. Like some friends came early and then left before the men's Rumble started, and other friends came as the men's Rumble was starting. So it was kind of cool just to have different kind of waves of friends come over, but most of them don't watch wrestling on a regular basis, and so lots of questions were being asked, and it was kind of neat to be able to sit back and educate them and get them excited for stuff. And they were leaning in pretty hard, which is always really fun when you can say, hey, you got to suspend your disbelief a little bit, and they have no problem doing that, and they just have a good time. I think that makes it even more fun to watch with other people that are willing to just get into the crazy of it all.
Get lost into the fantasy of it and the storyline.
Exactly.
Same thing happened over here too. We had two very different personalities between my friends. One of them's very quiet and reserved. The other one's very chaotic, very ADD, and just all over the place. And both of them had a great time.
That's great. Well, and I know those guys, and so I could see how that would have been a fun time. Yeah. How much whiskey was consumed?
I was going to say, I have to restock my whiskey shelf after that night. I mean, we went through quite a bit, but that it paired well with the pulled pork we made for the event, so it was great.
Tasty.
So good.
Tasty. Yeah, I think it's fun having, some of these pinnacle events like Royal Rumble, like WrestleMania, like SummerSlam.
Elimination Chamber coming up.
Elimination Chamber. Yeah, just things that you can kind of throw on the calendar and, just have a good time. And honestly, like, I'm not planning to watch the Super Bowl this year. And so I'll just sit back and, plan the next wrestle event. Yeah. And I think I'll probably actually get more people to come over for that than I would if I were to host some kind of a Super Bowl party.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, you are in 49ers country, though, too, so there is that whole thing with those Seattle.
I don't want to talk about it.
All right, fine.
I don't want to talk about
it. Sorry. As I wear my Marion cap. Like, that's just what it is.
Screw them! Hey. No, not the Mariners. I don't mind the Mariners. Okay. It's more, screw the Seattle.
All right, let's get into Seahawks. Some wrestling. We're not here talking football. We're here talking wrestling. We're talking the Women's Royal Rumble match 1 opening up the night. I mean, clearly people are still coming into the stadium. Apparently it started at 10 p.m., which that was, I don't know why. Why would you start one of the big events that late? I don't know, whatever. Yeah. But anyway, Women's Royal Rumble, they have been focusing a lot the past couple weeks on potential relationship-ending things happening during the Rumble, because only one person can win. But these people are all joining the Rumble. Are they going to turn? Are they going to help each other? All this other stuff. And, we got hit.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, we got hit right off the bat with one of those, with Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss being the number 1 and number 2.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's one that has been kind of hitting its boiling point the past few weeks, with Charlotte being one of the most decorated, for some reason, female wrestlers in the industry. And Alexa
Tell me
Bliss,
how you really feel, Brian.
Hey, man. And Alexa Bliss coming in last year, making her return at the Rumble. But yeah, both of them letting each other know that, hey, I can eliminate you at any time, but we'll wait until number 3 comes out. So,
yeah, it kind of felt like they were on the same page there, at the beginning of the match, and so that was interesting to kind of see, because I was explaining it to my friends. I was like, they've been tag partners. They were champions for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And now they're the first 2 entrants. And what's going to happen? And then for them to kind of do their whole little, I love you. We're best friends, even though we're not best friends situation, I thought was interesting.
Allies of convenience.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Yeah. There was a lot of really cool moments. Ivy Nile came back in. We haven't seen her for a while, and one of my buddies here, he's like, you got to say this sort of show. He's like, Ivy Niles is the Oprah Winfrey of suplexes. Just everyone getting a suplex.
Yeah, they all did get some suplexes from Ivy, didn't they?
Yeah, it was really cool. Kind of cool to see her coming back in. She's kind of the mini juggernaut right now.
She is.
Yeah. So I think we did get to see her and Jordan Grace a little bit when they were in the
I was going to say, those two going against each other is kind of like 2 rams going against each other.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, dude, we had some really good showing from NXT women coming in. There was quite a few. I think we had 3 or 4. We had Sol Ruca, JC Jane. We had Lola Vice, and we had, maybe it was just the 3. I'm forgetting somebody. I know I am. Did I say Kalani Jordan?
Kalani Jordan.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, some really good NXT showing, which I thought was really cool. The women's division in NXT is one of the strongest right now. It's really cool seeing a lot of them getting pushes. My girl Sol Ruca did some amazing work.
Dude, Sol.
Dude.
Crushed it.
Yeah.
Wasn't she like the Iron Woman of the match too?
She wasn't. Charlotte was, but
okay.
I mean, she was Final 3, which we'll talk about that ending sequence, which was great. Mm-hmm. But it's really cool seeing the future of the division coming up and elevating everybody else. I think that's what we're going to end up seeing a lot with the NXT women here. So,
yeah. And I really liked Kiana James.
I was going to say,
I think she was just so good in the ring. Mm-hmm. I don't know. She puts on a good show, man, and she seems really into it. And I'm just going to keep hammering this home. I think she's better than Julia, who she apparently represents as a business partner. Yeah, whatever that means.
We've been saying it for
to Julia.
We've been saying it for a couple of weeks that seeing Kiana break out a little bit and being more of that singles competitor rather than tagging with Julia or being her business partner or whatever. That storyline just doesn't make sense. And I think the Rumble proved that Kiana can handle herself on her own. I mean, she Samoan 100%. Dropped Nia Jax, for Christ's sake.
I know, dude. That was just chef's kiss.
Dude, it was beautiful. It's good.
Chef's kiss, man. Gosh.
Speaking of Nia Jax, upon her elimination from the Rumble, we got our first relationship potential ending where Charlotte couldn't save Alexa, whether it was on purpose or accident. Alexa Bliss got eliminated at the same time as Charlotte was dumping Nia over the ropes. We'll see what that fallout looks like on Friday.
Do you think it was on accident?
I've seen that floating around. I don't know. It didn't look like...
I feel like Alexa's face, now that I've like rewatched it a couple times, does look a little bit like, uh-oh, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, but is Charlotte that good of an actor?
I think she can be.
Okay.
That's probably the only thing she's good at.
I mean, she embellishes everything else, so why not an elimination?
And the other point that I saw on the internet that when they were talking about this theory is they did not have an elimination card set up when Alexa was eliminated. So I don't think that was planned in the the computer in the back for her to get eliminated with Nia that way. So
that is possible.
I'm curious at how that changes things.
Yeah, I mean, I like that theory. But production had been having so many problems. I mean, we saw from Friday night, they had the whole Braun Breaker at number 1. I heard that was just a test card or whatever. But having that throw up at the last second and then having all the issues they've had, it's very well the intern they had clicking the button just didn't click the button in Pro Presenter.
Yep. If that's what they use.
I mean, I'm
guessing they
probably, I don't know. Probably not.
They probably have their own proprietary crazy software for this kind of stuff. But... I don't know, man. Either way, I think it sets up things for a fun little storyline here in the near future.
I have a feeling that they'll be opening the show on Friday, and they'll be talking a little bit about that. If, we'll have to see because Liv's on a Monday night, so we'll see what that happens there. So
yeah, we'll see what happens there. Speaking of that, of Liv Morgan. Mm-hmm. Her eliminating Raquel.
Yes. Speaking of, potential relationship enders.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Well, what is that about?
And like no remorse either. It wasn't even like, oops, I'm sorry. It was like she targeted Raquel.
And then she smiled. Yeah. And was like, sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
That I just eliminated you.
Man, Monday's Raw is going to be intense. I have a feeling that that's going to be the beginning of the end there. So, and speaking of relationship-ending stuff, we also had Kairi Sane eliminating Asuka. A little tricksy by Io Sky to make that look like an accident. But, I mean, relationship endings, man. Kairi's been Asuka's whipping girl for a while.
Yep. Ugh. Do you think she's tired of it, and that's why she was like, "I'm just gonna let this happen"?
I mean, we'll see. I mean, she looked remorseful. She looked like everything was an accident. But
that's just how Kairi looks all the time, though.
That is true. That is true.
That's my thought on that. Is like, she just kind of always looks like she's sorry.
Yeah.
For everything she does at all times.
They really lean into some of the anime tropes with them and their reactions.
Do they? Because I don't know anything about anime, so
I don't know either. But like, there's the stereotypical stuff that you got in there. So
I mean, Asuka was clearly not happy. She grabbed a handful of hair of Kairi and just like took her away. Yeah. So I think at some point we'll see Kairi break from that nonsense.
Yeah.
And Asuka's going to be left all by herself. And the Kabuki Warriors will be no more.
And they are Monday. They're a Monday team. So we may see that happen on the next Raw. Who knows? But, I feel like someone who did have a really good performance that is in a tag team but had no interaction with their tag partner was Lash Legend. Our woman with the most eliminations of the night with 5.
Yep.
She put in work. Didn't seem like people liked her over there as much, but I'm not a fan of her character, but I can't deny the work that she puts in the ring.
Yeah, she's definitely a force to be reckoned with in the ring, and she showcased that pretty well. And I actually like her separate from Nia. A lot. And seeing her do what she did in the Women's Rumble, I thought was endeared her to me a little bit more than she had been over the last couple months since she's been with Nia, mostly because I just can't stand Nia Jax. So it was nice to see her do something separate from her. Yeah,
it was good. I mean, and like you said, I think it proves that she doesn't need Nia to show. Yeah. Just kind of like the same thing with Kiana James. You don't need your partner, like, break out, be on your own. That's great. I mean, the women's tag
100%.
division is apparently getting some some fresh injection with our first surprise of the night with Brie Bella. I have zero knowledge of Brie Bella. I had no idea there was a Brie Bella. And so this surprise entrant was just kind of, who? Okay, that's great. Who is this? For me, apparently she got a big pop. Apparently they were the original women's tag team. We'll have to see what that story comes out with, but that one was not as impactful to me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously when I watched it, I've known about Brie Bella only because she was in like some social media, like, or not social, but like YouTube videos with other YouTube stars.
Okay. With
Nikki. Like, I think she was on a YouTube video on Mr. Beast or something like that, and my kids watched it and they thought it was great. And so I was like, oh, I guess she has a sister. Oh, I guess she's her twin. Apparently, they're both in the WWE Hall of Fame, which I'm just going to keep going back to this idea of how are you in the Hall of Fame and you get to keep wrestling? Yeah. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. I don't know. They got different rules in every other sport, so, it is what it is there. Okay, so that was the only like big, huge surprise. I expected, we would have Bianca Belair come back, maybe somebody else. I don't know. But we got our return, Jesse. Do you know what time it is? You're looking at your phone. It's Tiffy time. It's Tiffy time. She's back. Tiffany Stratton, our girl, is back. It is nice to see her back.
Gonna be great. Yeah, I'm a Tiffy Time fan, and my daughter is also a Tiffy Time fan. In fact, she has her own Tiffy Time T-shirt.
Nice.
That we custom made because we couldn't find any her size as a 7-year-old. And so a friend of ours had like one of those Cricut machines, and we created the design on Canva and totally just stole the whole thing. Don't come at me, WWE. But we had to do it because my daughter loves Tiffy Time. And so when she came out, my daughter was jazzed.
That just means that they need to put some child attire in the WWE shop. That's all it means.
I feel like they do, but there was no Tiffy Time, Tiffany Stratton stuff. They got a lot of onesies, I think. There are a lot of onesies on there.
Yeah. But it doesn't really work out. All right, so we had a good showdown between Tiffy and Charlotte since they were the main event of WrestleMania last year, with Charlotte being the winner of the last Rumble. But we did end up see Charlotte get knocked out of the ring shortly after that. And then we had the Soul Snatcher to JC Jane. Soul Snatcher, one of my favorite moves.
It's nuts, bro.
It's so good. I love it. She just makes it look great. She even hit a double later on in the night, which is great, against Liv and Tiffy, who ended up, the final three was Soul, Liv, and Tiffany Stratton. That ending sequence was really cool. I predicted that Liv was going to win the Royal Rumble. I ended up being right, but at the end, I found myself really wanting Soul to win and hit that Soul Snatcher that ended up getting her eliminated at the end. But
yeah, and I thought it was cool when Soul Ruca, walked all over the back of Liv to attack Tiffany. But yeah, I would have been happy for Soul to win, but you were right. Yeah. Liv pulled it out, and she was a happy camper.
As soon as that happened, I paused it because I immediately, and this meant nothing to my friends watching it, but I was like, I know exactly what's going to happen here. Raquel has a match with Stephanie for the title tomorrow night or Monday night. She's going to beat Stephanie, and then Liv is going to choose her, and they're going to main event WrestleMania because they're going to fall out here. So that's my prediction. We'll have to see what happens Monday, but that's what's going to happen there.
I think that is a very good prediction, and if I'm creative, I pull the trigger on that.
Yeah.
But we don't get fun things sometimes, so we'll see what happens.
That's true. We're not in the writer's room. It'd be fun.
No, we're not.
I would love to shadow back there and just, be a fly on the wall in those conversations.
100%. 100%.
So that was our Women's Rumble. We had Liv Morgan taking the win. Some of the other stats from the Rumble: the woman with the most elimination, Lash Legend, with 5, like we had mentioned earlier. And our Iron Woman, being Charlotte Flair, lasting 59 minutes and 49 seconds. And our, I don't know what you call it, the opposite of Iron Woman, the
short timer?
Yeah, the short timer, the one that got eliminated the fastest. Kairi Sane in 1:36, eliminated by Io shortly after eliminating her tag partner, Asuka.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
It was a good match.
It was. I think
it was a good way to open the show.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
I think overall it was my probably favorite match of the night.
100%.
I thought it was better than the men's. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but yeah, I think that the women did a really good job, really good showing. So.
Yeah, and let's get into the next one.
Let's do it. AJ Styles versus Gunther with the career on the line. Career of AJ Styles on the line. You know, going into it, I think we both officially, after some coercion on your side to me, that we thought Gunther was going to end up winning this match. And it wasn't just a submission fest the entire time. It was actually, like, fun to watch.
God.
I know.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah.
AJ makes people look good in the ring.
Not anymore.
So active. Oh.
Ooh, spoiler alert.
Wah, wah. Yeah, I loved how physical this match was. Mm-hmm. The whole time there was just something like, you know, that was happening, at least coming out of my mouth every time something was going on. And, you know, obviously AJ's forearm completely getting gashed open, which I didn't even see happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see when it happened.
I think it happened when he got dumped onto the announce table.
Okay. So his arm is gushing blood everywhere. It's a bloodbath.
Yep.
In the ring, it's a bloodbath on their bodies. Gunther looks like he's been, you know, hurt himself, but it's just AJ's blood all over him.
Bathing in AJ's blood.
Yeah, exactly. Which I think maybe, you know, Gunther's just a lunatic enough to be like, I feed off of this.
Yeah, he would do it.
Yeah, he would. So there still was some submission stuff happening. Mm-hmm. You know, AJ has his calf crusher, and then, you know, Gunther beat out AJ with, you know, putting him to sleep in the sleeper hold. But I still think there was enough going on in that match that made it a little bit more interesting than I would say even the John Cena Gunther match. Yeah,
I mean, because that match, the John Cena match, was just like sleeper hold for 20 minutes, and that was just kind of that. You know, this one just had a lot of back and forth. AJ was able to get out of the sleeper a few times. You know, Gunther got out of the calf crusher. You know, AJ even had his own sleeper a couple times.
Yep.
So overall, I think it was a good match. You know, I'm bummed that it happened, that it ended AJ's career in WWE, but I don't think he's done wrestling. I think, you know, he goes and maybe, you know, joins and does some farewell stuff at AEW, or we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, I know he had a long stint at TNA. I know he was in Japan doing a lot of wrestling for a while.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's done.
Nope.
And I think that's why he didn't put his gloves in the ring or any of that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think that farewell tour, that theory was true. He has been doing his farewell tour the last 6 months, and that was it for AJ, at least with WWE.
Yeah, man. And then someone has to step up to beat Gunther, and I don't know who that is. I mean, I like that they're really pushing this story now. I'm liking it more and more as they go on, that he's just the career killer. But, you know, do we have to bring in someone like Brock Lesnar to be like, hey man, no, and just put like someone that big, put him in his place, or do we just keep having Gunther be the one who ends careers?
Do you think that it could be a guy like LA Knight, or I don't know. Who could it be?
I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I mean, because with something like this, you got to think that it's going to be someone physically imposing, which is why I went to Brock Lesnar, because he is the most physically imposing person on the roster right now. But he's not doing much right now. I think he came to the Rumble, which we'll talk about in a bit, and he's had like maybe one other match maybe since he's come back. But, you know, I don't know. Well, we'll have to wait and see what they do.
Interesting. All right. Well, Gunther won.
AJ's gone in WWE, but we'll see how it goes. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Next match: Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. Not much to talk about here.
No.
It was essentially a squash match, in my opinion.
It sure was.
It lasted. It was super short. Drew just walked all over Sammy. He got a couple shots in here and there, Sammy did, but I mean, like, just I wrote down in my notes, utter destruction by Drew to retain the title.
It makes sense, and
yeah, I mean, Sammy was already 0-11.
I think it was interesting from a creative standpoint, Brian. I think, you know, that it felt such like a short story arc for Sami Zayn. It was like a 2.5 week, 3 week story arc for him to just get squashed by Drew there at the end. And now it's like, okay, what's going to happen next? It's just, there doesn't seem to be a lot of continuity there. And I'm just going to keep going back. Like, it felt like Sammy was just a token pick because he's so beloved in Saudi for them to put him up against Drew for the belt in Saudi. And so I don't know, I wasn't buying it, and I'm glad that he got squashed, not because Sammy's a bad guy, but just I don't think he should be going up against Drew McIntyre. It doesn't make any sense. And the whole gimmick of him being an underdog literally is so old and tired. And I've only been watching for a year, but everything I see from Sammy is just like, I don't get my respect, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh my God, dude, give it up or make some decisions here. Yeah. So glad it's over. Thank you, Drew.
Yeah.
You're a great heel champion.
I don't know what they do with Sammy, you know, going forward. I have no idea. I mean, either you put him back in the mid-card picture or switch shows or something, but he just doesn't seem to be able to get it done at that top level. So I don't know what their plan is for him.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's all the sweatshirts he wears. He just looks like your uncle.
Yeah.
He just looks I mean, I don't know. He doesn't have it for me.
Bruce kombucha in his garage.
Yeah, it's like, you know, he's wearing his Birkenstocks somewhere right now and eating some granola and brews that kombucha. And in the ring, I'm not buying what he's selling.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's a great dude.
We'll have to see if he comes out on Friday. I don't know. I mean, yeah, we'll have to see if he does anything Friday. But we'll move on from that.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the men's Royal Rumble. Before we get into the match, we had a little recap of what happened during the pre-show with Paul Heyman confronting Adam Pearce about putting Braun in the number 2 spot, which is different than what we saw Friday night on that botched graphic. Yeah, Heyman clearly thinks that Pearce is sabotaging Braun. You know, they've been having their feuds for the past few weeks and, you know, potential legal battles and all this other stuff, but yeah, apparently Heyman thinks number 2 is setting him up for failure.
Which is really interesting to me, because why? Is there like a story about that or something?
I mean, I guess
I don't know about,
because somebody's already in the ring and they can just dump him out, which, you know, ultimately is, well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. But we get to the match and we hear that glorious tribal drum music of Oba Femi coming out to start at number 1. I was so excited when I heard that music.
Were you excited that he was number 1?
I was just excited to see him. I don't care where he was. I was just excited that he was there. I mean, I knew he was going to be in there, but the fact that he was number 1 was a cool choice. Immediately, my thought was, he's running the gauntlet. That's it. He's winning it. He's starting from number 1, and that's it. Yeah. So he comes out, and then we hear Braun's music hit. I was like, okay, cool. We wanted to see Oba and Braun. Like, let's see them battle it out. Let's go. And then as soon as Braun gets closer to the ring, he gets hit by another masked individual.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Is it like...
Creative really loves their masked, black hoodied individuals.
Yeah.
Just coming in and stomping dudes in the head on the ground.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a lot of theories out there about who that was. Yeah, what's yours?
Yeah, so my favorite theory, I don't know if it's true, but my favorite one is that it's Adam Pearce in the mask. I think it's funny that, like, yeah, Pearce is the mastermind behind all of this, that he put Braun in the number 2 spot so he could come out and stomp him and you know, do all this. But, you know, I don't think the body type is the same as Pearce.
No.
You know, I don't think, you know, I've heard it's Logan Paul, But, I've seen pictures of their faces together. You can fake eyes, but they didn't have the same eyes and the mouth, whatever. I've heard that it's Austin Theory again, or it could very well be Seth. I don't know. But Pierce is my favorite
Seth
theory.
is a lot taller than that guy and lankier and has kind of a very unique shape and gait.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was Seth. It didn't cross my mind that it was Seth.
It also could just be some random intern and that they'll reveal the actual person later. I don't know.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly have no clue. I thought maybe it was maybe was Adam Pierce, but he looked too small for Adam.
Yeah.
Like Adam's a bulky dude,
Yeah.
He's a thick boy.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was Adam. It could have been Austin Theory. The guy clearly had some form of facial hair.
Yep.
But really couldn't see his eyes.
I've heard Finn Balor, but then it was negated because he doesn't have the hand tattoo.
Yep, no hand tattoo.
Yep.
I don't know. They love their masked hooded man
They do.
trope, they're just going to keep rolling with it until, I don't know, the end of the world. Maybe. Who knows?
Like I think all these masked men are agents of Seth. Because they're all doing the stomp. The first one was to help the Vision back at War Games that got Austin Theory into the Vision that can potentially be a sleeper agent. And this other one helped
that's my
Oba,
theory.
goes against the Vision. Who knows? We'll see. It'll be he's got his little shadow puppets in the back.
Is Seth going to come back and start a new faction called the Division?
Ooh. Not the Division. It's just Division.
Division. Is it DAVISION? Division.
Division. Yeah.
So I like the idea that all these hooded men are Seth's little sleeper agents.
Yeah.
I like the idea that it's really fun and it'll probably not happen. I'm just waiting for the moment when a masked man in a hood, black hood, interrupts a masked man in a black hood. And then we're really going to be really confused. And then the show's going to be completely changed to just masked men, black hoods.
Well, and then we get
come watch
an El Grande Americano situation, which we'll talk about in a minute. We're just in like a WWE multiverse at this point.
That's exactly what's happening.
Braun Breaker gets eliminated. Short time. Like, he was the shortest man in the ring. Like, what is it? What did I say? 10 seconds. 10 seconds. The guy who was supposed to win the Rumble gets eliminated in 10 seconds.
Bro.
Oh, man.
What a crazy thing to happen. I was trying to explain it to the people I was watching it with. I was like, this guy is getting shot to the top. And the fact that he lost 10 seconds in is crazy town.
Yeah. Do you think,
and they're like, oh, okay, cool, yeah. I mean, I'm like, they don't get it. No, they don't. I need to watch this with Brian.
Do you think that he'll go to the chamber?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. We'll have to see.
He is not going anywhere on the main event scene. So I think it's just a matter of what exactly are they going to do.
Yeah.
Obviously, the vision's a little fractured, it seems. Things aren't going very smoothly. Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, we will have to wait and see. We had some good returns. We had Rusev coming back. He's always the Bulgarian beast. He's always kind of fun to watch. But, man, Oba was just wiping the floor with everybody, which I'm glad they did that for him. They just let him be the guy who eliminated the first 5 people and just let him roll through everybody. It was great. 100%. I loved it. We got our boy,
which is the kind of guy he is.
Yeah,
just get in there and squash him, man.
Just do it. I mean, the intensity on his face and his movements is just like he is the ruler. He is Oba Femi.
That is the man, the myth, the legend.
Then we had our bouncy boy Javon Evans come back out.
Yeah,
I'm glad he recovered from his injury. That only happened last week. It seemed like a lot longer, but that was a very short injury time, which was very good to see. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious what happened, but obviously it's good to see him back and be as bouncy as ever.
Bouncy as ever, man. We had our first AAA entrant from Mr. Iguana. Now, I like Mr. Iguana. I like him as a character. I feel like other people could have been in the Rumble that would have made more of an impact.
I think what is it? Vikingo would have been better.
Vikingo, he would have been in there. Not even AAA people. I feel like there's people in WWE that could have gotten big pushes, or from NXT, that could have gotten up there and pushed them. I feel like some of the choices they made with some of these people, I've heard people talking about, do they need to make the men's Rumble 40 men?
Well, if they're going to keep buying all these other promotions and include them all in a marketing effort, then they might have to, because it seems weird that Carmelo Hayes wasn't in there, but Mr. Iguana was in there with his little Mr. Iguana puppet.
We're talking, we had no Carmelo Hayes. Sami Zayn wasn't there. Kit Wilson, who's on fire right now, wasn't there with that new song of his I'm hearing all over social media, and it's very, very catchy.
Very catchy.
We got Matt Cardona, but no Kit. They've been feuding. Where's Dirty Dom? Is he still injured? I feel like he would have been recovered at this point. I don't know.
We don't even know what he's injured with.
No. I haven't heard anything, but I feel like there could have been some other choices there. But
100%.
We did get El Grande Americano coming out, and then shortly after, the original El Grande Americano. We got their Spider-Man pose. Did you catch that? Spider-Man meme pointing at each other. I wrote down, we're in the El Grande Americano multiverse.
Yes, we are.
I'm all for that. Let's go. That's fun. I think it would have been funny is after they got eliminated, Chad Gable and Ludwig Kaiser would come out. There's no correlation between the four of them at all, but it just would have been funny to see those two come back.
Yeah, they, those are different guys altogether.
Yeah, dude. Bring on the El Grande stuff is just fun. It's just fun. I like it.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. I have no idea who Powerhouse Hobbs / Royce Keys is. No clue. Do you?
Yeah, he's an AEW guy, I think, that came over.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And so, I guess he's signed on with WWE.
Yeah, because they didn't say that he was an AEW guy. They announced him as Royce Keys, who, usually you do that when you're changing brands, when you change your name, because the brand owns your name, not the individual.
Yep.
So, and I guess he and Cody have had some interactions in the past. So.
Yeah, well, that makes sense because Cody was in AEW. Yeah. Let's hope he doesn't turn into like a JC Mateo situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Good old JC Mateo. We had some more AAA with La Parka, who is very fun to watch with his, Michael Jackson-inspired music and Thriller costume.
Yes.
So, but again, I feel like, as fun as these AAA guys are, there are people in the company, in WWE, that I feel like earn those spots more. So,
100%.
We had the return of L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
My boy L.A. Knight's back after being tsunamied off of a car by Bronson Reed. He comes back and he just lays waste into the division, eliminating Austin Theory and Bronson Reed. Should have eliminated Logan because Logan had no business being in the Rumble any farther than he was.
He lasted a long time, though.
He was Final
Logan
Four.
Paul did.
He was Final Four. Shouldn't have been. He had no business being there. But he just did what he always does and just lies down and hides, and he made it to the Final Four.
Brian loves Logan Paul so much.
Okay. One thing I noticed, talking about our next guy coming in, Brock Lesnar. Who walked out with Brock Lesnar?
Your boy. Ladies and gentlemen.
Paul Heyman. Who didn't walk out with Austin Theory, Bronson Reed, and Logan Paul? Paul Heyman.
Do you think Paul Heyman is seeing the grass is greener on the other side of the vision?
I think he is the mastermind behind all the stuff going on with the vision and Braun Breaker getting attacked. Paul Heyman was in on it. Seth Rollins turning. We know Paul Heyman was in on that. I feel like Paul is the mastermind behind all of this.
The vision only works because of Paul Heyman.
Yep.
And he gets to decide its fate.
Now, Brock Lesnar was the original Paul Heyman guy. So Paul Heyman was his manager way back in the day. That hilarious clip you see all over social media of R-Truth calling him out for the Rumble, which is awesome. But having Paul Heyman walk out with Brock and not the rest of the division, that sparked something for me. So we'll have to watch and see what happens there. But there's shenanigans happening.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Brock Lesnar getting chopped by Ilya and acting like he's got a fly buzzing around him. How'd you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know much about Brock as a WWE guy. Like, when I first was introduced to Brock Lesnar, he was in the UFC.
Yep, I think we were both watching that match together.
Yeah, exactly. So to me, it seems like Brock's just like this larger-than-life character that was very successful in WWE a long time ago.
Yep.
And before I cared. And so it's interesting that he's coming back and not pushing a guy up like a Dragon, not Dragon Lee, but Ilya Dragunov. Mm-hmm. Because it seems like he should be, helping these guys get over. But maybe not. Maybe that will never be a part of his persona in the WWE.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I feel like, and they did this in Unreal, I think, is one of the purposes of a heel. And with Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria, they kind of talked about this. Is like you turn heel to prop up and to push up another individual, which worked in Lyra's case. But we'll have to see what they do with Brock here. Because we got Brock and Oba facing off. And
finally,
even though Brock said he's like, not right now. So we know they're gonna see each other eventually, and that I want to see.
Yeah, it'll be good. And I mean, they landed some hits, didn't they, on each other?
I don't think. Well, I mean, Oba ended up got eliminated by Brock, so they interacted a little bit, and then I just kind of. It felt very sidelined, but Brock got eliminated during Jay's intro. Jay's intro needs to be cut way shorter. He needs to not walk through the stands. He needs to not dab up the announcers. He just needs to hit his music, run in, get in. Like, we don't need him walking from the stands every time. It's getting old.
I watched the Rumble again, and I don't know if you saw it too, but the ref was like, "You got to get in there, man."
Yep.
He's clearly hearing back from Gorilla, like, get in there, bro.
Yeah,
like you're taking way too long. The other guy's about to come in, and you haven't even gotten in the ring yet.
Well, and during his intro, he was still running it back on the top rope while the timer went off, and I was just like, okay, cool, great, Jay, we get it. I mean, it's fun, I get it, but
I'm tired of eating, bro.
Yeah, not in the Rumble. You don't need to do that in the Rumble when you only got like 90 seconds to get in there and do something.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I have no idea. I like that he got destroyed by Roman Reigns as he was rolling it back. And the music just was like cut right there.
Yep.
I appreciated that. And I'm obviously it was probably planned that way, but just it felt so satisfying.
Yep. The return of Roman Reigns.
When I first started watching, Jey Uso was like, I love Jey Uso.
Yeah.
But he clearly wasn't able to get over all the way on a long-term basis, and WWE does not see him as a singles guy much.
Yeah,
he clearly needs Jimmy to be somewhat more successly. So they're back in the tag team,
which they originally were. They were one of the most successful tag teams ever, if not the most. They put a rocket on Jay either last year or the year before, and and once he got up there, they're like, okay, now what? And now he and Jimmy are back in the tag division, which is good. So, the return of Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Is awesome. Good to see our tribal chief, OTC, coming back in.
TC1.
Wants this guy, baby. It was good. I think him coming back, he needs to be back full time. If he's going to come back. Like, I know he had his interview on the Pat McAfee show this last week, talking about how he has to come back in because creative's not doing anything. If he's going to come back, do it. Come back and come back hard. I want to see it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think it's just weird that he shows up once a month.
If that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We got Jacob Fatu, Samoan Werewolf coming in. Dude, did you see that pop-up Samoan drop that Fatu did to Javon where he launched him 30 feet in the air before catching him?
Bro.
I mean, Javon's bouncy, but man, he's real bouncy.
That was like some moon gravity right there, man.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh man,
I love the high fly stuff. Yeah, there's just no doubt.
Yeah. Randy Orton coming in at that number 29, just giving RKOs to everybody. I think he hit 5 different RKOs throughout the night, just to everybody, which was so fun to see. And then number 30.
Yeah, he was handing them out liberally. He's just like, no prejudice against the RKO.
Yeah.
You know?
So no really huge surprises other than Royce Keys coming in. We were promised star-studded and a lot of surprises. That fell flat.
Surprises. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Cool. Nobody knows who Royce Keys is. So unless you watch AEW, but that's it. No big, huge returns. I thought 30, this is where someone big's going to come in. Cool. And instead we got Gunther again. Limping out. What should have happened is Finn should have attacked Gunther on the way in. Just chop that knee down and then run in and take a spot.
That would have been significantly better.
I agree.
On about a million levels.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know, Brian. I mean, yeah. I'm just curious what Creative's doing. Well, I don't know.
So when I first watched it, again, it was really late and there was a lot of drinking happening when I watched this the first time. So I was in that mindset, so I watched it again the next day, just with a clear head, just so I could be like, okay, was it really as bad as people are saying? Like, what is it? Whatever. I liked this match more the second time, with a clear head, but I was more analyzing it. Like, why are they doing this? Like, this doesn't make sense. Okay, I understand why people are upset with all of this, because, having Gunther come in and not winning is a wasted spot to me. I don't think he should have been in.
Yep.
But I feel like Oba should have been in that Final Four. Take that spot from Logan, because Logan had no business being there. Let Oba get in the Final Four at number 1. I think that would have pushed him over way more than he's going to be, because he is going to be over. But making him in the Final Four, if you're not going to make him win, at least put him in the last bit with Roman. I think that would have been cool instead of Gunther.
Yeah.
But we had Gunther and Roman at the end, and after a spear, Roman dumps Gunther over the top ropes, taking the win. I don't know. I mean, I don't know any storyline with Roman. The only one I can think of is his relationship with CM Punk last year at WrestleMania, after Paul Heyman turned on them both. And then I know at one point him and CM Punk were Punk brought him in as in the Shield way back in the day. So
way back.
That's the only story that I can think of for Roman going into WrestleMania that they would be pushing. So we'll have to wait and see who he ends up choosing. But some stats. Let's hear it.
Well, all right. So before we get into the stats, I like Roman. I think he's a great character. I think he's larger than life in a lot of ways. And I don't think he should have won. I think there's a lot of other things he could be doing to help push other young guys into interesting storylines and feuds. And him being the guy that's like, nope, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take that spot. I'm going to take that spotlight and I'm going to go challenge. And I'm going to... It's a weird situation, especially for a part-time guy. And so I think, like we were saying earlier, if with Roman winning, he needs to be full-time during this time. Like, we need to see him on a weekly basis. None of this once every 5-6 weeks nonsense to feel important. It just takes away from a lot of energy that, the younger guys could be getting over. And they got more energy. They got something to prove. And Roman's been there. He's done this. He's won it. He's the longest running champion of all time. Why does he need to do this again? It's very curious to me, the choice for Roman to win and be the guy that's going to be challenging for another championship. Yeah,
it's going to be, hopefully we'll see something come on Monday. Punk is the Raw champion, so maybe they have a face-off. I don't know. But we'll have to see what Roman does. So.
Yep.
Some of the stats for the Men's Royal Rumble. Most eliminations, Oba Femi with 5, running through everybody as he should. Longest man in the ring, the Iron Man of this match, our boy, the OG, Javon Evans, 40 minutes and 58 seconds. So good man on that. Yeah. And the anti-Iron Man, the shortest in the ring.
Short timer.
Braun Breaker, 10 seconds.
Breaker.
Eliminated by Oba Femi after being attacked by a masked man, Adam Pearce.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the Men's Royal Rumble. You know, a lot of opinions, a lot of divisive stuff happening here. It was a Rumble. You know, it wasn't the best out of the ones that I've seen, but it's still the Royal Rumble. You know, hopefully this pushes some stories forward, and you know, hopefully we get some bigger surprises in Elimination Chamber and in the next coming weeks. So. So I think that's going to do it for our show today. If you disagreed with anything or want to educate us on something, you know, throw it in the comments. We'll read it. We'll ignore the ones we don't like. We'll respond to the ones we do like. And, we'll just have a fun conversation. It's good times. You know, it's Royal Rumble. You know, people are divided, but, you know, that's why we're here. We're here to have fun. We're here to enjoy ourselves. So,
Dang straight.
Let's do it. We'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.
Thanks, guys. See ya.